Good morning, guys. Welcome to my channel once again. Today is Friday, the 18th day of April in the year 2025, and as always, I have some well analyzed matches for you. So, talking about yesterday's results, I provided four matches with a total of 2.65 odds, and we missed one. The game involving Frankfurt and Tottenham was the match that messed us up yesterday. My prediction for that match was over 2 goals. But surprisingly, the match did not produce up to 2 goals. It was just one goal that was produced in it. Other selections went well. Athletic Club versus Rangers, my prediction was Athletic Club to qualify. Manchester United versus Leon, over 2 goals. Randers versus Arrows, over 1.5 goals. So, guys, that was that for yesterday. Today is another day, and I've taken my time to come up with well analyzed matches for you. So, without much waste of time, let's get started. The first match, as you can see here, is from the England Championship. It's match involving Watford and Burnley. My prediction for this match is Burnley to win or draw at 1.20 odds. Burnley has been very consistent this season. They've been very consistent and they're fighting hard to see how they can gain promotion to the EPL. So they're sitting on the first position and they look good to gain promotion this season. Against Watford, we expect them to do well. Watford hasn't really been that impressive at home. So we expect Burnley to use their superb away record to get something out of this match. We expect them to win or at least get a draw at 1.20 odds. So looking at their data here, we can see that Watford are on the 11th position, while Burnley are on the second position. And now we look at the head-to-head between these two teams. We can see here that Burnley has won three times, Watford once. The other fixtures ended in a draw. And then we look at their current form here. We can see that Watford in their last six of matches, they've won three times, lost two times, and drew once. And then when we look at Burnley in their last six away matches, we see that Burnley has been very consistent. Burnley has been very consistent. Their last six away matches, they've won three times and drew three times. Now let's take a look at their standings on the table. Looking at the standings on the table here, we can see that Burnley are second on the table with 88 points, behind Leeds with 88 points as well. So you can see how tight it is up there. So if Burnley loses this match, they are going to slip away from automatic qualification this season. So Burnley want to do everything possible to make sure they hold tight to the second position, which will ensure they qualify automatically to the EPL next season. So that's why my prediction here is Burnley to win or draw at 1.20 odds. Next, we have a match from the England League One. It's a game involving Reading and Lincoln. My prediction for this match is Reading to win or draw at 1.36 odds. So Reading has really improved recently. They're in very good form right now, and especially when they play at home, they tend to do very well. Against Lincoln, we expect them to do well. We expect them to win or at least get a draw at 1.36 odds. Looking at their data here, we can see that Reading are 6th on the table, while Lincoln are 12th on the table. And then we look at the head-to-head between these two teams. We can see here that Lincoln has won once, Reading once. The other fixtures ended in a draw. Now, talking about their current form here, we can see that Reading in their last six home matches, they've won three times and drew three times. You can see that they've been very fantastic at home. Now, looking at Lincoln away from home, we can see that Lincoln struggles a lot whenever they play away from home. Their last six away matches shows Lincoln has lost four times, won just once, and drew once. Now, let's take a look at their standings on the table. So looking at the standings on the table here, we can see that Reading are sixth on the table, Lincoln at 12th. So Reading needs this match most because they want to see how they can, you know, get into the playoff zone. And as you can see, is the top 3 to 6 teams that will qualify for the playoff, as you can see here. So if Reading loses this match, they're going to get themselves out of the playoff zone. So I believe Reading want to do everything possible to ensure they stay on the playoff zone. And that means they have to at least win this game or get a draw at 1.36 odds. Next, we have a match from the Turkish Super League. It's a game involving Galatasaray and Bodrum. My prediction here is Galatasaray to win at full time at 1.30 odds. So Galatasaray are fighting hard to see how they can win the Super League title this season. And it's not going to be easy because Fenerbahce are also trying their best to see how they can win that same title. The point difference between these two teams, I mean Galatasaray and Fenerbahce, is very small. So it's a very tight title race. So but we expect Galatasaray to have the advantage in this match. Gala has been very impressive, especially when they play at home. And Bodrum has not really been impressive away from home. So we give the advantage to Galatasaray here, and we expect Gala to win at full time at 1.30 odds. Looking at the data here, we can see that Galatasaray are first on the table, but Bodrum are 14th on the table. The head-to-head between these two teams shows Galatasaray won by 1-0. And now when we look at their current form here, we can see that Galatasaray in the last 6 home matches, they won 3 times, drew 2, and lost once. And then we look at Bodrum away from home, we can see that the last, sorry about that, guys. Now looking at Galatasaray's home record, we can see that the last 6 home matches, they've won 5 times and drew just once. And then we look at Bodrum away from home, we can see that the last 6 away matches, they've won 3 times, drew 2 times, and lost once. So Fenerbahce has Galatasaray has advantage here. Now let's take a look at the standings on the table. So looking at Galatasaray, we can see that they're first on the table here with 74 points, followed by Fenerbahce with 71. So you can see here that the point difference between these two teams is just 3 points. If Galatasaray loses this match and Fenerbahce wins their next game, they're going to take over that first position. So I believe Galatasaray want to do everything possible to make sure they hold tight to that first position. So that's why prediction here is Galatasaray to win at full time at 1.30 odds. Finally, for today, we have this one from the Switzerland Challenge League. It's a game involving Stade Ouchy and Xamax. My prediction for this match is over 2 goals at 1.25 odds. So these are two teams that do lots of goals. They score and concede every time. So we expect to see goals here. We expect to have at least 2 or more goals at 1.25 odds. Looking at the data here, we can see that Stade Ouchy are sixth on the table, while Xamax are seventh on the table. And then we look at the head-to-head between these two teams. You can see here that Stade Ouchy has won just once. Xamax has won. Sorry, Stade Ouchy has won 2 times. Xamax has won 3. The other fixtures ended in a draw. And then when you look at the head-to-head here, you can see here that these teams score lots of. They've actually done average of 2 goals, 2 or more goals per match, as you can see. And now when you look at the when you look at their current form here, we can see that the Uchi, the last 6 home matches, they won 3 times, drew once, and lost 2 times. Now you can see that they score and concede so many goals at home. And then when we look at Xamax away from home, you see that the last 6 away matches, they've won once and lost 5 times. Xamax scores and concedes so many goals away from home. So we expect to see goals on this match. We expect to have at least 2 or more goals at 1.25 odds. So guys, these are all the matches I have for you today. And as you can see, they're all well analyzed and backed up with data. Always remember to bet responsibly, guys. Football can be very funny, even with the best analysis, anything can still happen. So make sure you bet responsibly and do not forget to like this video, share and subscribe to this channel if you have not done so. Also remember to join our Telegram channel, the link is pinned to the comment section of this video. Thank you so much, guys. I'll see you again in my next video. Bye for now.